Hey, I know nobody's watching yet because I just got back on here. But it took me a minute. It's because I apparently had checked some age restrictions for you. So I still have a few minutes in the time frame that I said that I was going to be live on here. So I can actually see if you're chatting with me now, and I can answer any questions that you have now, thanks to Mr. Laser for once again being tech support for me and answering any questions. Hi, Kaylee! Yay, this is working. Um, so another hi, Candace. I'm assuming that's Gabby. Is it Gabby? um, so just yay. I'm so glad that I can't see you, but I'm glad to see you guys on here. Um, you guys have no idea how much all of your teachers miss you. We've all been saying all week, hi, Ryherds. We've been saying all week how much we miss everybody. And I do just want to say too how proud of you we are for you guys having to manage and do all this technology. And we all had this like really immediate shift that like all of a sudden we had to all try and figure out how to do everything differently. And everyone's been really positive. Everyone's been giving their best and really doing a good job as we've been moving forward through this together. And I know there's like a ton of uncertainty. So I kind of said that I would talk a little bit about tech. If there's no tech questions, I can start to kind of talk a little bit about what we're actually learning next week because I'm so excited. I tried to pick some of my favorite units, even though I skip and jump through some of the chapters. I just wanted to pick some stuff that was going to be super fun to do. So, good question, Kaylee. If I don't know if you guys can see her questions. I know this sounds so dumb and you're probably laughing at me, but I have all of you scheduled for doing YouTube live videos. They say if needed, because usually they're going to be question and answer sessions. I can actually just post the lesson to Edmodo, but there's no interaction with it. So these are going to be more of like help sessions and if you need them, but I have scheduled like office hours is what I called them twice a week for every single class. And I think there's a couple where they do overlap and I'm on and then all of a sudden you'll see me like I'll be talking physical science and then I'll say, okay, we're moving into earth science now. And anybody that's in physical science would just go ahead and log off. But really, this is more for you to be able to ask questions if you need something. I'm going to post lesson videos, Gabby, on Edmodo probably 3 times a week is how I think I have it scheduled. Any day that you have a reading, I'm going to post probably 10 or 15 minute videos on there to try and make sure that I'm just kind of discussing about it. They're not going to be, like I said, anything that you can interact with me with, but usually they're, the way that I've done them so far is they're just kind of fun facts. They're things that you're going to read, some interesting things. I did some really silly stuff in one of the videos. It's really ridiculous that my sister thought would be a good idea. So I tried to make them fun because I know this stinks right now that we're not in school and we can't actually like do anything together like we normally do. So 6th grade, you guys are going to be moving into something called plant diversity because we're going to be talking about the different types of plants. Some plants have seeds and some don't. We're going to be talking about carnivorous plants. And I did a special unit specifically. Oh, that's so cool. Sorry, we had somebody said they're in the process of making instant ice. If you didn't see that on the bucket list, I didn't give the instructions for it on there because they were a little bit long, but we did it here at my house and we loved it. So it was definitely one that was fun to do. And actually 7th grade, you have a lab coming up like next week that you're going to be doing at your house that also involves ice. So I tried to make sure we still got to do some labs and it wasn't just all reading assignments because that's easy to do when you're at home. But my goal, as I've said a couple times, is I wanted you to like get outside. Yeah, I did see a lot of slime. I loved that. I had unicorn slime, glow in the dark slime. I'm trying to think of all the different ones that I had. We had a mermaid one. There was a bunch. Somebody did like a black one. Somebody made some out of like borax, which is a little bit different than the one you make with glue. And it gives like a little bit different consistency. And I had a bunch of people that like did multiple bucket list items and just made slime because they like to make slime. So, sorry. I dropped something. Okay. So 6th grade is going to be doing plants and plant diversity. We're going to be doing some scavenger hunts similar to the bucket list. Like I'm going to be giving you like plant bingo is one of the things you're doing next week. And then every class has the opportunity for extra credit too. Like I gave extra credit assignments every Saturday. I just listed them on the calendar on Saturdays, but you realistically could do them anytime during the week that you wanted to. And it gives you already the specifics of where to find them and how to do it on the calendar that's uploaded to your homework site. And like I said in my last video, if you didn't see it, I was having a lot of tech issues with the homework site. We haven't quite figured out what my problem is on it. But if you log on there and you do not see your calendar, it will be coming. I just have to send it to Miss Faust or Mr. D for them to help me out with it because for whatever reason, it's not working on my computer. 7th grade is going to be doing the water cycle and water, the water cycle, Earth's water, and Florida water. So we're going to be looking at tides, waves. I do a video that I might post to all my classes because it's me demonstrating a wave and it kind of went wrong, but my sister insisted I keep it. So I might post that for everybody. 7th grade though is going to be doing waves and water. And they're also doing the water cycle, which I know everybody had a video from Miss Ballinger about the water cycle when they were in 5th grade because she told me about it. So I may even use that too. And then 8th grade, you guys are wrapping up atoms. I'm going to be having you make a model of the atoms like we talked about. It might not be edible because I know right now everybody has really scarce resources with the way grocery stores are. They're getting a little better, but I wouldn't ask you to use any of your like food stuff to make it because I don't want you to like waste anything. But I did come up with an option where you can use like leaves and sticks and stuff outside, and that should be pretty easy. And then you're moving into like electrical waves, sound waves. For whatever reason, I'm blanking in my head now. But there's another. I don't know why I'm the YouTube. But we're going to be doing, light, electrical sound and light waves. So we're going to be doing, yes.
The guy turned into
my son.
To the bus.
Okay, bye. They're having their quiet time and watching a movie during my time that I'm trying to do my live videos. If you can see him, he's right here in the window. Because this was this is their quiet time. Because in the morning, I'm now teaching kindergarten in addition to being a science teacher. So I'm like answering Edmodo questions and grading stuff. And then also like having him in my office with me doing his stuff. I would love to know how you guys have been managing school because I know you've been at home and I know that I had some people said they were doing everything in the evenings. Like once their parents got home, then they were kind of doing all their homework. I've had other people that said they got up and did it just like normal school. Like they were trying to get up in the morning and they were trying to have all of their school done by lunchtime. So is there anything that you have found to make you more successful doing schoolwork at home? Is there any tips you could give anybody or that you would be willing to share for people to keep them on track? Because like I said, this is a difficult time and we're all kind of learning this together. I think by the end, like as we get closer to April, which I'm hoping is the end, but obviously we don't know for sure when we'll be able to go back to campus. But is there anything that you think would be helpful for somebody else? Is there something some kind of healthy habit you've created for school and doing virtual learning that you think would benefit somebody else? waiting to see if any of my 5 people have any. An office area specifically for school. That is exactly what I did with my kindergartner. So that is a great idea, being able to set up an area specifically for it, because I usually do it at my dining room table, and I had to move all of it out to my office so that I was not just sitting all over the house doing schoolwork, because I would get distracted with other things. FaceTiming friends and doing it together. That's an awesome way to do that. And maybe you guys could still have that collaboration, that I love, by working together that way. One subject at a time is a super smart move. Maybe focus on your math, finish math, then move on to your next thing. You guys have some really good suggestions. I know somebody else said that they were kind of checking things off the list. Sorry, we have an Edmodo question. They said they were checking things off the list one by one, subject by subject, every day. So they would log in, finish the assignment for the class, and then set up the Edmodo for the next class. So you do whatever is going to be most helpful to you. But obviously, like I've said many, many times, and all your other teachers, don't hesitate to message us, even if you think that it sounds like a silly question, because somebody else maybe need to know. Somebody else may have that question, and then it'll help us think through it and then be able to share it with all of you guys as well. I don't know. I was trying to see if I could turn. So my biggest thing during this time has been trying to make sure that I maintain my outside time. So I know you guys already noticed that I'm sitting on my front porch. I'm not in an office. I do think it's very important for you for your concentration, to get some fresh air. So if you're starting to feel like you're lacking focus or lacking anything, I know you've all heard me say that at school too. Get some fresh air. Get out and walk for a few minutes, even if it's just in your yard or in your driveway. I also do it in the order of my normal schedule. That's great too. Sticking to the same schedule that you have at school, your brain and your body is already kind of in that mindset. So then you can kind of just continue with that. So if you have my class first period, you would start your day doing science, and then you would start your day then after science, you would move to Mr. D's class, and so on. So that's a really good recommendation too. If I were you, I would definitely did a blank printable calendar on the top of the homework site. And maybe you can just go through it and write the things that are due on those specific days. So that way you have an idea of what's due every day. Because mine does have due dates, but it also includes all the other stuff. So if you're wanting something that's just specifically what you have to have due, it's on the top of the homework site. It says blank printable calendar. It's above all of the other, all of our teacher columns. It's above that. And I don't think I can pull it up on my phone. I tried to do that the other day. So, good question, Haley. No, I have hardly none of the worksheets that actually go with your textbooks. I made a lot of my own lessons that go with the chapters themselves. But my goal was to make science continue to be somewhat interactive for you. So a lot of the lessons, you're going to read the chapter just like we would at school, or just like you would at school. You're going to read through lessons at a time. But then a lot of my activities include you actually going outside and doing something instead of, sorry, there was a wasp. They involve you going outside and doing something, or looking for something, or doing something more kinetic. Like your class, one of your very first ones is making that atom model. And my options that I gave you were outside with nature, using edibles if you wanted to, or drawing it. So I did a lot of my own lessons for this online situation, because I knew if we just did a ton of worksheets that it would probably be hard for you guys to stick with that every day. It's a little easier when I can help you, but some of those can be pretty hard. That was a good question. So I have a hawk that is like in a nest in this tree that's directly above my porch. I would turn it around and show you really quickly, but I don't know that. So my whole porch my whole yard is trees, but there's a hawk that's made a nest in this tree right here. And I don't know if you can hear it on there, but it's like unhappy that I'm sitting here. Like it has not quit making noise. So I've got about a little over 10 minutes. We got about 11 minutes that I said I would continue to stay online. So is there any other questions that I can answer for you, even if they're just technology related? Yeah, I was like, we have so many birds, and it was like screeching. I have so many birds. Like I mentioned at the very first of the last video, there was a blue jay. We have a woodpecker that lives in the front part of the property. I have an owl that lives in the tree by my bedroom at night, because every time I'm trying to go to bed, we hear the owl. But there's like a giant hawk nest, and every time that we have been outside in the past 3 weeks, it's like not happy that we're out here and then it can hear us. It's kind of calmed down a little bit now. But so I don't remember what I was going to say to you. This is so weird. I don't even know. This whole thing is so strange, but we're going to make the best of it. So, when you look at the calendar Atom project, I'm going to be giving you a specific element. I don't know if it posted yet or not to Edmodo. I think I accidentally hit it where it did, or maybe I did schedule it correctly. So you're going to be making, it's going to look like the Bohr atom models that we were practicing with Candy on the last day of school. And then you can use leaves, you can use twigs. You're basically going to make those 2 big circles, and then you're going to be, you're going to make those 2 big circles, and then you're going to be using other things to create the electrons, the protons, and the neutrons of carbon. Was actually the atom that I selected to do it with. Kaylee, you're moving. Like, are you moving away, or are we still going to be able to see you? Like, hopefully you're staying like here, right? I think. She's still not answering me. So with the Atom project, you're basically going to make it and then take a picture of it and then submit the picture. And that's it. That's all that the video is. And that's all that the submission requires you to do. And I don't think, we do have a couple 7th graders on here. You guys are going to be doing a water cycle in a bag. I think I actually did it with a cup and a bowl for yours, so you can actually visually see it using sunlight and radiation. Yes, that's for next week. Starting Monday, you're going to see all your lessons post Sunday night. Like I have all of them scheduled to post Sunday night at 6 o'clock. Excuse me. And once I get those calendars uploaded, it'll be a lot easier, because then you can see that like I post them Sunday, but they're not due until Thursday. Oh, that's good. At least you're still here. So you'll be able to see like when it says begin this project, and then it says due today on the calendars. They have a little manatee in the right-hand corner, and they just have your grade level as the title, and they say March 30th through April 15th. Because we had to schedule for so long, because we're out of school until April 15th. Hopefully that's as long as it goes. Hopefully. Do you hear all my wildlife? So that's the Atom project. 7th grade, you're going to be doing, hi, Kelsey. You're going to be doing, 7th grade, you're going to be doing the water cycle using a bowl and a cup in the sun and some plastic wraps. So that's pretty cool. In 6th grade, you're going to be out investigating and looking for different types of plants like in your yard and like around your house. Because I know with this time that you don't have a lot of access to go other places. Originally the assignment, we were gonna walk around school and do it. But obviously we can't do that. So I had to find some ways to kind of improvise how we were going to do that assignment. So all your teachers are still trying to discuss how to make everything work and what we're doing. Hi, Kaylee. Oh, we got Kaylee and Kelsey. So we've kind of been just going over, everyone that's on here is probably bored listening to me. I've just been going over some tech issues. If you were having tech issues and talking about what we're doing in this upcoming week, because I know that's really what everyone's trying to figure out right now is technology. Okay. So I think that's everything. So Monday morning on Edmodo, all my videos for all the new topics are going to load. So you will need to Monday, first thing, let's just keep it super simple. You're going to log on to Edmodo. It's going to have an assignment posted and it's going to have a video. I promise I won't post anything all weekend, and I will unpin the welcome back assignment. So so it's not at the top of the page anymore. Because if I pin something, it puts it up at the top. So automatically when you click your class, it's the first thing you see. So I'll unpin that. The Atom Project, Kaylee, is kind of like what we did with the candy on the last day of school. And I give a lot more instructions on that. I do a specific video about it. And then I also give like step-by-step how to do it and the instructions of the assignment. Do you have homework? Well, everything is kind of homework. I kept it to 3 assignments a week. So when I say 3 assignments a week, like one of the assignments may just be reading some of the pages in your book and then doing an activity with it. Even answering a question on Edmodo, like typing a response to something, is considered an assignment, because one of the days for next week specifically, I asked you to talk about plants in Florida after you've done some research, but there's not even an assignment submission. You're just commenting on a post. So I tried to keep it as simple as I could, because like I said, I know this is a lot for everybody to try to figure out all of this stuff. I hope to do chemical reactions when you come back to school, 8th grade. They are my absolute most favorite. I have a rocket video that I'm going to do for your class. I think I have that next Friday. So where it's me doing the baking soda vinegar rocket and talk about chemical reactions, and then talk about how, because you'll see me mix them and I do everything upside down and then I flip it and then we run away from it, and then you'll see the rocket like shoot up in the air. I'm really hoping to get to chemical reactions when you get back. It was just very hard to try and have you reading through that chapter by yourself and then just doing worksheets with it at home. And a lot of the labs require you to have an adult with you. So I knew that would just be a lot. Yes, you can still complete the bucket list for extra credit. So you had to do the one for the welcome back assignment. So you would do one of those things, like the example, my most common one has been watching the sunset. Watch the sunset, take a picture of it, go into submit and send me the picture and just tell me where you watched the sunset. Any that you complete beyond that is 2 points. So I know one of the people that's actually watching on here has done like several. So if she goes and looks at her grade, I think she's got like a 22 out of 15 because she keeps doing some of the extra credit stuff. And every Saturday, Kaylee, I don't think you were on when I said that yet. Every Saturday, I have on the calendar extra credit assignments that you can do too. So, like one of them, I don't remember what they are for 8th grade. The ones that I specifically remember and that are sticking out to me as 6th grades, because theirs were like scavenger hunts and like doing rubbings of a leaf and things like that. So I tried to make sure there was extra credit for everybody, because I'm sure there's some people, even with all the discussions that I've done, with all the discussions and stuff that I've done, there's still people that haven't been able to access Edmodo and still haven't got on. That's a really good question, Gabby. So the assignment is due tomorrow on the 28th. So doing the one thing is due tomorrow, but you can continue to do any of it after the 28th for extra credit. You just have to submit it as a message. So you'll have to go in and message it to me, and then I'll just add it to it. There will be extra credit for everybody. The bucket list you can all do, but there's really grade-specific ones too that are worth a little bit more. Like one of the ones for your class, Kelsey, is going to go identify a type of seedless plant. That's April 12th, I think is the day that I put that on, a seedless plant. And I post those as open assignments in Edmodo starting on, I think, next Wednesday, because I have a video that I made about extra credit and how to do the extra credit and submit it as well. I've tried to make videos. I don't know if they were necessarily helpful, but I've tried to make it giving you some tutorials and kind of explaining how everything worked, because I've been having to learn through it too. So I thought maybe if I explained it differently than you had already heard it, it would help. Alex, I think I did enter your grade. You got 100. So it should be, they're not in Focus yet because Focus isn't letting us post anything this week. We're having to take paper attendance and I'm having to write paper grades. So once I'm allowed to submit those, they should show up in Focus. But right now it's probably just on Edmodo, but it should be. Kelsey, what assignments? You're going to have assignments next week. So you're going to log on to Edmodo and it's going to, on the right-hand side, it's going to say upcoming and it's going to show you what's due for my class. It'll have a purple dot beside it, or sorry, yours will have a green dot beside it. And you're going to click that and it's going to give you instructions about what to do. But I'm also going to make sure I go over that in my video on Monday. So make sure you watch the Edmodo video Monday. It's recorded, so you can watch it anytime. It's actually recorded now. I just haven't posted it yet. And you can watch it anytime and I'll go through step by step how to do your assignments for next week. Specifically, each one that you start, I kind of explain it the best that I can. Haley, yes. If you do more than one thing on the bucket list, I did 2 points extra credit for everything that you did beyond the 1. So I think that was everything that I was going to cover, I think. I haven't started using Zoom yet. I know Miss Guerin, I think, is. I know a couple other teachers have started using that. I know Mr. Laser is using YouTube, and we will probably all consolidate and end up doing just one thing at some point. But right now, I'm going to be sticking with this because this is just a little bit easier for me. I actually liked it better than Zoom. I did a practice Zoom, and if you didn't have a webcam, we ended up with just like a lot of black boxes, kind of where you were supposed to be, or we would just have this audio of you, but we couldn't actually see you. Kelsey, you're going to learn what seedless plants are next week. You're going to be reading that chapter in your book, and I'm going to be showing some examples to you on the video that I do Monday. Because I bet you didn't know some plants don't have seeds. It's kind of a weird thing about them. Speaking of seeds, I have 2 seed trays here of 144 different types of vegetable plants. And I'm planting a giant garden here at home since I didn't get to do our spring garden. But I'm going to go ahead and log off for today. Oh, I can't tell you now. It's a surprise. I have to keep some of science exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and log off for today. Be checking Edmodo. There may be another video on there later. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you Monday. Hi.